Okay. Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner Classic Lesson on Classics. This episode number 2009 and Doubleshot number 1903. Okay, I have an IDW trade and a DC trade. Both of them contain miniseries for the respective franchise. First is a spinoff of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is Jennikia 2. This is the sequel to the first solo book for Jennikia. Jennikia was a character from the main book of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles who was turned into a turtle because of blood transfusion. Yes, turtle science. Now, the original miniseries, if I remember, it was 3 issues. This is 6 issues. 6. I was like, really? Yeah, really. Apparently, the writer of this book is the same one. Apparently, he wrote the original one. It's done by, apparently, the writing and artwork by Branham Revel. Yep. Yeah, this is mostly put basically Jennikia on her own, just doing her own work, per se. Now, you might be thinking, since it's a spin-off of the Turtles book, is there appearance by the Turtles in this miniseries? No, not really. Aside from Jennikia herself, is there any, connection to the actual main book, per se, aside from Jennikia? Let's see. Well, I think this is supposed to be Michelangelo. Yes, there's one turtle. Yeah, and by the way, she wears a yellow mask. But Michelangelo's not the only one there who's from the main book. Yeah, not the only one per se. Nope. He also fights a government agent. And, I forgot to mention in my review for the recent books Rebirth, apparently, Jennikia is a lesbian, despite the fact it was hints of her attracting to Casey Jones, and she's in a lesbian relationship now with her basically her bandmate. Yep. Oh, by the way, Anaplex is here, Raphael's girlfriend. Yep, she's here. And, well, we do basically various other things related to her, and basically her weapon is basically using the claws. I mean, look at this. It looks like basically the artist ripped off Wolverine with this pose. You could say that, yes. Especially the claws are obviously just, the style of this is basically taken from Wolverine. It's almost like Jennikia is supposed to be the turtle version of Wolverine, kind of, but it could be anybody's interpretation of this. But this actually is a pretty good miniseries. Give this book roughly a 9 out of 10. Just really good. Next up is a miniseries that is really good. We have Arkham City Order of the World. This is a miniseries by Dan Winters. This came out late last year. You're thinking, late last year. Did they come out during Fear State? Actually, no. This had nothing to do with Fear State at all. Mostly put, this is basically focused on a few different characters. We focus on Azrael, the Ten-Eyed Man. Yes, seriously. This classic Batman villain. There's also parented by Solomon Grundy. Here's a surprise, though. For a Batman miniseries, no Batman. You're thinking, really? Yeah, the Ten-Eyed Bandit is clearly the star of this series. Yep. Now you might think, okay, aside... Oh, by the way, the way the artwork is done in here, it reminds me a lot of the artwork from, I think it was Dark Victory. Yeah, it seems like basically the artist is apparently a fan of Tim Sale, at least the colorist is. Now, they have Dan Winters on the writing here with Danny on the artwork. And the colors are gorgeous. I love the color scheme in here. Mostly put just basically Arkham Asylum, just basically pick up basically strays who escape Arkham Asylum. And that's mostly what the plot of this thing is. As with this coming to halfway through the miniseries. We also experience it with Dr. Phosphorus. Yes, Dr. Phosphorus, a classic Batman villain who's a creative steel card. Nocturna, who I believe had just appeared previously, who was also appearing in the pages of Suicide Squad, which I think the book had wrapped up not long after this. Suicide Squad did. But in the case of this miniseries overall, this book is fantastic. Dan Winters, basically, who wrote Lucifer. This is a horror miniseries, and this book is great. Now, what does this book lead to, you might ask? An Asma miniseries. No, seriously. There's an Asma miniseries that's helped basically kind of mildly lay the groundwork for it, but that's what we got right now. We have Azrael's sort of. We have a new sort of Azrael miniseries, which I'm basically enjoying reading the damn thing. But this book is so good. I give this book a 10 out of 10 because this book is just so awesome. Yeah, by the way, the retro character book is Jennikia Joy. And she's working with a 10-eyed man. Or the 10-eyed man, like I said, is a Silver Age villain that apparently they basically threw in here for reasons. But it's an absolute really good miniseries. You might be thinking, does it affect that universe? Not really at all. Is it canon? Yes, it is. Because there's no black label here. Even though it's kind of a horror-based book, I mean, it reminds me a lot of a book that DC canceled after 12 issues, Gotham at Midnight, and actually an excellent ongoing series. They got canceled at 12 issues and one annual. Yeah, I don't really get why they canceled book 4, but they did. This book basically is a feeling to it, except Gotham at the Midnight was done by Ray Fox. This is done by Dan Winters. But just two really good books. Okay, so that's episode review. I might get a chance to review later on. Maybe after my stream. Okay, next video. Bye.